the current ICE raids violate American values and constitutional rights?
Yeah, it violates Amendment 4, 5, 6, and 14. What else is there to talk about? They have the right to due process. They have the right to education. They have the right to be with their family, stay with their family. They have the right to not be illegally searched. At the end of the day, these are human beings. They make up about $100 billion per year of US taxpayer money. He has spent $100 billion so far to go after some criminals, but it's actually a larger percentage of people that have not committed crimes that he's now going after.
I think an American value is dignity,
right.
Giving someone dignity and worth. I think an American value is also life, and we have had 20 people this year die in ICE detention, and that's the most we've ever had since 2004. I mean, the way in which this is being done is not showing dignity and compassion for those people who are here undocumented.
I would say that from a systems perspective, difficult things have to take place. And so on the ground, some of the stories aren't going to be pretty. And the question is, where's the line? Personally, I think there needs to be some distinction between the person who grew up as a baby and now is 25 years old, grew up with an American identity, but they never had the documents because of the sins of their ancestors, right? Because of what their parents did, compared to someone who's opportunistically coming in here and maybe trying to use the system in a, not the best way. I mean, this is a complicated thing. I think managing a system is very difficult.
It is very difficult.
Not to mention the corporations actively recruit undocumented migrants because it's cheap labor. So if they're recruiting them to come, they want them to come, and then you punish them, why aren't they punishing the owners of these companies? I've also noticed that they're putting tape and covering their license plates in like Illinois and California, which is against the law, even for law enforcement. You've got them dressed in full tactical gear, looking like they just came out of Afghanistan, raiding streets, throwing tear gas in the middle of blocks, disrupting normal life. Why? In my opinion, it's because he wants the theatrics. It's a distraction. It's a distraction from the fact that the food prices are still up, the wars are not solved, nothing he has promised is done. And this is a distraction, because all he has left is tough on crime.
Okay, you guys mentioned that ICE agents and federal agents should not wear anything to cover themselves. I don't understand how as Republicans you can say that when the cartel has literally put out hits on federal agents for enforcing the law. To say that such a ridiculous thing as oh, they should uncover themselves and whatever, do you want their families' lives to be in danger, or what is the logic behind it?
They weren't in danger under Biden or Trump.
They weren't doing it.
Because the left lunatics that for some reason now think that immigration law is optional all of a sudden weren't acting that way at that time.
Were they throwing tear gas in the middle of the block?
They've done those raids.
Reason why people are upset.
They do raids like that all the time. Before I was born, they were doing raids.
They did it in Albany Park. I sell property in Albany Park. It's not an area I'd ever be scared of. And you couldn't even see the house on the other side of the block. There was so much tear gas.
When you're dealing with cartels, human traffickers, drug traffickers.
What are you?
You absolutely are.
You are.
Sometimes.
No.
They have every right to cover themselves and hide their identity.
I
Absolutely.
agree when you're going after the cartel.
That's what they're doing.
The borders should be strengthened. I think we can all agree on that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But what do you do with the people that are here that aren't criminals?
Just want to take a bird's eye view of all of this. It has to do with the number of representatives in the House that are allotted to each state. Why did Nancy Pelosi want to give free houses to undocumented immigrants? Why? Because of apportionment. California had the most U-Haul rentals of people leaving California. They lost a House seat because the number of bodies, not citizens, bodies in California went down. So in order to counteract that and get their House seat back, they're incentivizing illegal immigration. Please try to take the emotion out of it for 1 millisecond. I know that it's hard, but it really has to do with the number of bodies, the number of House seats, and power. Because I guarantee you, if apportionment went back to just counting US citizens,
which is
the
true,
Democrats
the map would
wouldn't
change.
give two shits about illegal immigrants.
Yeah.
And I want to say one more thing too. My family, I was born in New York in 1979, and we went back to Iran and the revolution started, and they wouldn't let Jews leave. My father was threatened with his life He said he was going on a medical conference, flew to Vienna, left the passports of me, my sister, and my mother in the government's hands so that they knew we weren't escaping. My mother hired smugglers. We went to the bazaar one day. They put us in the back of a covered truck. We were in fetal position with strangers. Burlap sacks and corn were put on top of us, and we were taken to the border of Pakistan, where we got into a pickup truck. That night in the desert, border police caught us and started shooting at us. We lived in Pakistan for 3 months waiting for visas to reunite with my father. We stayed in Vienna for 3 more months to get legal documents to come to this amazing country legally. It's the right way to do it. We can't not know who is here. They just found a Hamas, somebody who participated in the October 7th attacks. They caught him here in the US. Why? Because when Biden administration let all these people in without checking who they are, they let in a Hamas terrorist who participated in October 7th.
I think we could support the ICE raids. The question is there, can something about them be improved, or is it the best possible way? Like the way it's being done is the best, most effective, most charitable, whatever. And maybe you might say it is, but I think anyone here, well, actually, no, you said you support the border enforcement, the deportations.
I think that border enforcement's important, and I also
and deporting people who are
criminals.
By definition, they're all criminals, considering they broke the law to get
Yeah,
here.
what do you mean violent? Like only violent people, or what?
Well, I mean, if you're more than 100 miles from the border and you've been here for more than 2 years, technically they treat you as a misdemeanor. It's a felony if you're within 100 miles and they catch you in less than 2 years. So, I mean, should make the differentiation. But I think that we all agree in your situation that we need to know who's coming here. The problem is that it can take up to 25 years.
Well, that's the thing, and I think I agree with you in the sense that you said, can it be made better? Yes, but it's been such a shit show. We need a reset. Then we can go back and say, okay, let's reimagine this. Let's come up with the ideal solution or close to an ideal solution. But right now, it's so out of control.
Yeah, the system has been clogged with too many false asylum requests.
Yes.
I think that Biden should have done an executive order much sooner than he did, because there was an influx coming across the border. There were bills being introduced that passed the House, and Republicans voted them down in the Senate.
Because 90%
attached
of the
to it.
spending had nothing to do with immigration. It was
That's not
hundreds.
true.
It was like $113 billion. It was foreign. It was a bunch of foreign aid.
No. There was a standalone bill. It was for like $86 billion. Every single dollar going to the border. It could have been used for the wall if they wanted to.
The reason why it was turned down is because it wasn't necessary. What was necessary is leadership, not more money, not another law, not nothing. As soon as Trump was elected, the border was controlled. Period.
The Republican who wrote that bill, it was passed in the House. Every single Democrat passed it in the Senate, and it was the Republicans that voted it down at the order of Donald Trump because he needed an issue to run on. Without illegal immigration, he would have lost this election. It's the number one thing, his number one talking point that he would say at his rallies.
Is economy.